friends, it's Erica. Welcome to the Scrapbook and Cards Today YouTube channel. Today I am excited to be bringing you a summer layout using one of the free bonus content cut files that is available in the summer issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today. I am using this gorgeous Sunburst cut file that was designed by the fabulous Paige Evans, and I'm going to be using the Simple Stories Sunkiss collection, some ink from Catherine Pooler Designs, and then my Gina K adhesive that I have here. To start out, I'm going to pull some of these papers that I have from the Sunkiss collection that I've already cut into. A lot of them are from the 6x8 paper pad from Simple Stories. I'm just pulling out some papers that I want to back the inside of this cut file. The cut file says Fun Summer Sun, and there is this gorgeous sun with all these rays that is super fun. And I have cut this out on some American Crafts white textured cardstock. This is my go-to cardstock, not only for cutting my cut files, but also for using as a background. If you have been following me and you know my style, I do love a white background and I do love a large cut file. So that is what I'm going to use here. I'm going to start by backing this cut file, and to do this I like to turn the pattern paper over and then also turn the cut file over, trace the inside of the cut file, and then cut around my trace line, leaving a little border so that way I could adhere to the back of the cut file. I have some adhesive here from Tonic. It's the Nuvo Deluxe wet adhesive, and this is one that I go to often to use. There are a couple other adhesives that I like to use with my cut files. Another one is Close to My Heart glass, liquid glass, and I use the fine tip applicator. That one I really love because it has the really fine tip on it, and it works really well for backing cut files. I just could not find it when I was filming this video, so I grabbed my Nuvo Deluxe. So I'm just going to back a few of these on camera. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this process done with backing cut files. I do pretty much the same technique to back these with all my cut files. Sometimes I will lay the pattern paper on or lay the cut file down with adhesive already on it and then trace around. But usually I just trace the inside of the cut file, cut around it, and then adhere it down to the letters. So I'm going to do these three on camera, and then the other ones will be off camera, and when we come back, my inside of my cut file will be backed. Make sure to head on over to the Scrapbook and Cards Today website. Check out the summer issue if you have not yet checked it out. It is absolutely gorgeous, full of inspiration. And if you are not a subscriber, make sure that you subscribe. It is so nice to get this magazine in the mail with every release and just sit down. And if you are stumped for inspiration, this is the perfect magazine to pull out to get your creative juices flowing. I absolutely love flipping through the pages and taking my time. And I go back to this, to the magazines all the time for inspiration. So make sure you check that out. Also, make sure to check out all of the free content that is available. There are some great cut files that were released with the summer issue, but not only the summer issue, but you could also go back to past issues and get all the free content there. Download the cut files. There are also lots of printables and sketches. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking this ink from Catherine Pooler and taking this sponge dauber, which I end up switching out here in a minute for just a sponge, and just sponging on some ink to the end of these rays just to add some color to the cut file. Since I did cut it out on white cardstock, I really want the sun rays to pop, so I'm just taking this ink and sponging it onto the rays of the cut file. Once I get all of the yellow down, I'm going to go in with a darker color, like an orange, just for a darker color to put on the very tips of the longer rays. And I think this ink color is Limoncello. I'm pretty sure. And I just sponged that on with a sponge from Close to My Heart. Then I'm going to go in with the Tiki Torch ink from Catherine Pooler Designs and just touch up on the ends of this cut file. And it's really hard to see. It's just really, really light on some of the tips, just to give it some depth. And I just really love the way that that came out. I knew that I was going to be using a white background, so I really wanted the rays to pop. I love using my Catherine Pooler inks for obviously stamping. They're great for stamping. Their pads are a foam pad and they're really, really juicy, but I use my Catherine Pooler inks most of the time for creating watercolor backgrounds on my layouts. And it also worked really well for sponging the color onto this cut file. Finishing up, adding this Tiki Torch ink to the end of these sun rays. Then I'm going to take some foam adhesive and add it all over the back of the cut file so that it is popped up onto my layout. For my background, I am using the textured white cardstock from American Crafts, and I'm going to add splatters all over the background in the shape of the circle. That way there is just some color and fun to the background and it's not just completely white. To do this, I'm going to take an acrylic sheet that I have here, and I'm not even sure where I got this. I think it came in some packaging. Going to add some ink using the same Limoncello ink pad, squirt some water on there with my water bottle, and then take this paintbrush that I have here. I just picked these up either at Amazon in a bulk pack, or I have recently found them at Walmart in a pack of 30 for like $1.24. And I'm just going to splatter on the white cardstock and then take a piece of packaging and smush that in. This is the way that I like to do this technique. It's called the packaging technique. I have seen it done where you just apply ink or mist to the plastic packaging, take the packaging and then smush it onto the cardstock that you're using. That works really well and it's a lot of fun to do. This is just the way that I like to do it. I just like to add the splatter and then kind of smush the splatter in, and I don't get any warping or anything like that. If you are going to use a lot of water and watercolor, then it's best if you prep your cardstock with some clear gesso or some white gesso. But just doing the splatters like this is really easy. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't make too much of a mess. You're able to kind of control where the splatters and the smushing is going to be. So this is just kind of my go-to technique. So I'm just adding a whole bunch of splatter, getting it all around the page so that you can see it in the background. It's not going to stand out a whole lot, but you are still going to be able to see the fun splatter in the background, and you'll be able to see it more in the close-up photos. Just going to kind of clean up here, and then I will get a 12 by 12 pattern paper from the Sunkissed collection that I can mat this background onto. And I'm just going to trim the white cardstock down just a little bit so that you can see a little bit of this color peeking out from behind the layout. It's just really fun to have that blue, soft blue color in the background, and it's one of the colors that is in the cut file as well. I'm going to ruffle up the edges a little bit, just using my fingers here as my tool. I do not have a distress edger yet. Sometimes I will use my Tim Holtz scissors, but I find that my hands work really well to rough up the edges. I'm going to get this positioned onto this 12 by 12 pattern paper and then use this Gina K tape runner from ThermoWeb to adhere it down. And I like to do one side first and then go and do the other side. That way, if it's not even, I can easily rip up that one side and adjust it. So I have this cut file backed with foam adhesive all over the back, and I'm going to get that stuck down. And when I adhere this down to my layout, I like to just remove a couple pieces of the foam tape backing from just a couple pieces in the center. Then once I get it positioned, I can go back and release the other backing. This is just how I do it. It makes it easy for me, especially if I need to pull it back up and readjust. It's a lot easier to just pull up two pieces of foam adhesive that is stuck to the background rather than a whole cut file. So also another reason that I do this is because I do like to tuck things in behind the cut file. So a lot of the times I leave the edges still with adhesive back, the foam. That way I can tuck things in behind the cut file. So I have this photo here that I took of myself 4th of July weekend. We did a camping trip and we were at the pool in the background behind me, you cannot see, but my husband is laying out on the lounge chair and he's totally passed out. He's totally sleeping. So I thought it was funny if I took a selfie. While I think I was just grabbing something to drink really quick at the table, and then I was going to jump back in the pool. And I do have a red swimsuit top on, and I thought it went really well with the red in this collection. It's just a lot of fun, so I thought it was a perfect photo. I am usually a 1 to 2 photo type of layout girl, and the photo size is just about right under 3x3, and I print my photos at home. I bumped up the brightness a little bit using a Color Story app, and I just love the way that it turned out. Just using some die cuts and stickers, foam stickers, cardstock stickers to embellish around the layout, and I am using everything from the Sun Kiss collection from Simple Stories. Tucking in some florals here, and the foam stickers were a little thick to tuck in behind my photo, so I just slowly removed the foam backing from these foam stickers, and it worked out really well. I'm just adding a label up here. This was really fun to create, and I just love how summery it is. If you want to grab this free Sunburst cut file designed by Paige Evans, make sure you head on over to the Scrapbook and Cards Today website and grab this. Everything will be linked down below for you so that you can check out all of the free content that came in the summer 2021 issue. Just popping in some florals here, and then I will add some adhesive brads around the page to kind of add another texture to the page. And then the last thing that I will do is type out some journaling just with the date and where we were at using my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. I absolutely love using this typewriter and cutting up strips of journaling to add to my layouts. I am not a huge fan of my handwriting. I do use it once in a while on my layouts, but most of the time I do use the typewriter to type it out, or I will print it out on my computer and then cut it into strips and adhere down to my layout. So I will have some still shots for you guys at the end. I really hope you enjoyed my process. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed to the Scrapbook and Cards Today channel. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be reminded notified every time that a new video goes up on the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Bye.